Stay safe as you visit Kenya's magnificent beaches. Holidays can be short, don't make life that short. Kenya Maritime Authority ensures your safety in the Kenyan waters. Are you playing your part? Wear your life jacket before going on board. Keep a close watch on children when swimming. Do not stand. Refuse to board a full boat. Stay away from the waters if you're drinking alcohol. Holidays are fun, but don't make it this the last time you enjoy. Kenya Maritime Authority ensures your safety in water. Our call and rescue center is open 24 hours. In case of emergencies, call.
Build them a house that years can't touch. Build them a home that makes them feel safe and loved. Build them a house that lives up to your dreams. When you build a home, build it with Nguvu Cement from Bamburi. That is reliable and trusted to build durable structures. Because homes are built to last forever.
Awesome! Brought to you by Kenya Engineer, Kenya Maritime Authority and Bamburi Cement. Awesome! Everything around you has been engineered. Are you tired of reading sensational news items on government contracts? You know, the propaganda type of I don't know what the bank has given some billions to some road projects. You know what I'm talking about. Are you in need of in-depth analysis of how engineering has influenced Kenya, or rather revolutionized humanity? And of course, you've heard about the Malaysias, the Singapores, the tattoo cities. Do you want to know the story behind the tragedies, collapsed buildings, or know the mightier power in those Kawasaki engines? Or passionate about technology and innovation, the iWatch thing, the Akina CGR, the Storos, ati how can railway be standard and have gauges? Or are you looking for tenders, engineering jobs, suppliers? Then join the Kenya engineering community. Get a copy by dialing 0719-207712 or join the Kenya Engineer online community www.kenyaengineer.co.ke.
For the maritime sector to perform well, there must be a pool of qualified personnel, both on land and at sea. And currently, there is a shortage of qualified human resources in this area. And this calls for major investments in maritime education and training.
In order to offer maximum protection to public safety and to act in the best public interest, engineers must be prepared to practice in the engineering profession through a rigorous system of education, training, and experience. The sustainability of an individual to practice in the highest demanding roles is established by attainment of the competence to function autonomously and to demonstrate the competence to undertake personal and professional responsibility on the engineering project or task that is being undertaken. The The engineer is the person tasked with application of scientific principles for realization of products and systems needed for human survival and safety. Engineering involves the art of harnessing the resources of nature for the benefit of society. The engineer is trained to develop infrastructure to make it possible for people to enjoy wholesome water and hydropower. Again, the engineer is capable of converting sunlight into solar energy for use by society. And the engineer can use rocks, sands and soils to build houses, roads and airports for use by the society. Thus, in this context, individual elements of engineering function cannot act separately and still hope to remain effective. In the majority of cases, the road to professional competence starts with basic engineering education at university or college. The period of education specified by international protocols on engineering education is at least 4 years. Did you know? It takes an average of 8 years to be recognized as an engineer in Kenya. At least 3,000 engineering students join universities each year. There are about 790 technical training institutions in Kenya. In 2014, 2.5 billion Kenya shillings was allocated to technical institutions. About 148,000 students go through technical institutions in Kenya annually. Given the historical origin of engineering degree programs, many of our programs were initially structured to suit the registration requirements of the United Kingdom engineering professional societies. It is to be noted that engineering degree programs have undergone considerable metamorphoses in the last 4 decades with the aim of responding to the market demand of the engineering industry. It is important to note that in 1969, the Engineers Registration Act was enacted through an Act of Parliament which came up with the establishment of Engineers Registration Board. And as expected, ERB recognized engineering qualifications of the University of Nairobi and UK engineering degrees and chartered qualifications for purposes of registration with ERB. The Engineers Act of 2011, which repealed the ERB Act, has brought with it parameters which must be satisfied for the engineering degree programs to be accredited for the purposes of registration by the Engineers Board of Kenya. In the area of university education in engineering, there is need to improve on the university industry linkages in order to enrich the training of engineering graduates and make them relevant and readily employable. Additionally, there is need to develop policies that encourage university staff to participate in university industry linkages.
The demand for the engineering education in Kenya is quite high, generally. And for JKUAT, we are not able to absorb all the students who apply for engineering, basically because of the limited facilities. That is one. We realize that we require a lot of equipment for training. We also require, which are specialized. Then the staff, specialized staff, we don't have a lot of engineers who are trained engineers in Kenya, So we did have some challenges, but we still try to cope with that and address that issue by maybe getting some lecturers from outside the country and so on. This is a challenge not only in JKUAT but in the entire Republic, but we are still trying to sort that one out, because we have not only to comply with the academic requirements but also professional requirements, and we try to comply with the requirements set by the Engineers Board of Kenya, which in JKUAT we have really made strides, and quite a number of our programs are accredited.
Once the student is enrolled, the first year of study acts like a bridging course where the student is introduced to the course and extensive teaching of mathematics and the sciences. The first year is meant to prepare the student into engineering course, which is considered very technical. By the second year of study, the student is now considered able and ready to pursue engineering. It is not a surprise that some of the students drop out of engineering to join other courses due to the rigorous training and the demands of the course. Training in engineering does not only involve classwork. Most of their classes take places in the campus's laboratories, where they learn the theory as they practice it in the lab. This form of training has always resulted in an all-rounded engineering graduate who has both the theory and the technical knowledge to handle real job assignments.
Take one for the leaders of the nation, for the painting of a brand new state, for the leaders of the true soil, for another foundation. Take one for the leaders of the nation, for the painting of a brand new state, for the leaders of the true soil, for the movers and shakers. Set this go someplace, them somewhere far, nobody else. To set this course, having a clear appearance beyond the mountains, above the sky. Yeah, we got the same spirit, man, we aiming high, cause we got the power, the dreams to achieve. In everything we do, education is the key. Education is the key. Take one for the leaders of the nation, for the painting of a brand.
By the fourth year, a student engineer has some knowledge to test it in the field. This comes through industrial training programs with various institutions and companies. Many of the universities have designed structures and collaborated with the companies to take up students as interns and train them on the job.
The nature of the industry in Kenya currently is mainly input from outside. They are not really indigenous. Engineering is not really indigenous in Kenya, but we are trying now to sort that out so that we have our engineers, even when they graduate from the universities, they are able now to practice fully, not to just be what you call it, sellers of products that are from outside, but really manufacturers of equipment and facilities. Design manufacture from within, so that the inputs are indigenous in Kenya.
The much revered professional engineering could not deliver in their role without the expert contribution from other members of the team from the artisan, technician and technologies.
Currently, we are only 2 national polytechnics left, Eldoret Poly and Kisumu Poly, and also in the same rank with KTTC, that is Kenya Technical Teachers Training College. Strength is in the technical courses. We offer electrical engineering, automotive engineering, mechanical engineering, building and civil engineering. We also have applied sciences, and currently we are also offering medical laboratory technology courses.
Public, technical and vocational education training systems in Kenya suffers from critical problems including the decline of quality, lack of relevance to occupational and social realities, under-enrollment and underfunding. This shows that Kenya faces a difficult future because the importance of skilled and adequate training cannot be overemphasized, as it is expertise and technology that differentiates between developed and developing countries such as Kenya. After the graduate engineer has completed his academic training and obtained the bachelor's degree, he is expected to go through a practical training program in the industry, which should be formally structured. The graduate internship policy document of the Engineer Board of Kenya stipulates graduating engineers are expected to have several desirable attributes that may be expressed in terms of technical and non-technical competencies. The graduate engineers are also expected to be given the opportunity to attend courses, seminars and conferences on engineering subjects relevant to their specializations. After the engineer has acquired registration status as a professional engineer, she is authorized to carry out the task of a professional engineer. The practicing license gives him the authority to carry out planning, design, supervision and monitoring and evaluation of engineering projects, of which if he carries the exercise negligently, he can be sued under the Engineers Act. The Engineers Act 2011 requires that a practicing engineer undergoes continuing development education regularly. This continuing professional development education for the engineer is expected to provide the engineer with new techniques of addressing engineering problems in line with developments in technology. There is need for continuous professional development. The role played by industries in the realization of successful engineering education and training is significant. When one looks at the industries in Kenya, it is clear that many industries have little or no relationship with the universities, yet not only do we need industries to put inputs in the development of the academic curricula for engineers, we also need to see our industries offering opportunities to university dons and students in order to familiarize themselves with the world of work in industry through practical vocational attachments for students pursuing engineering degrees, and we would also like to see staff exchange between industries and universities.
For a fresh graduate joining maintenance team, actually will require him to be dedicated. He has to be a very hard-working guy. He has to be a guy who is ready to learn quickly, and he has to be a guy who can move to any section, anytime, and any plant. We know when they are coming from college, actually they have no experience as such. It's only attachments and all that. But if the guy is a dedicated guy and a person who is ready to learn, and who is humble to learn and obey what is being taught to do, then you find it's not difficult. Although most of the times actually the industries would like to have people who have experience, because it takes so long to train a fresh graduate. You have to take him through training for almost more than 2 years. For him to be able now to do the actual work in the plant, because it's totally different on site from what the guy has been learning in class, because he has to come here now and face the reality on the ground. He has to know how the spanners are, he has to know the different types of equipment we are using. Those are not taught in college. But once the guy is determined to learn and then do the work efficiently, actually it becomes easy for them to learn.
The government needs to take an active role in facilitating the collaboration between universities and the industries, including formulating such policies and legislation as would enhance such collaboration. When such collaboration has been achieved, universities would exploit the opportunity in educating and training of engineers more efficiently and effectively. The Institution of Engineers of Kenya is generally concerned with the welfare of engineers starting from the time a student enters the university and after graduating. The IEK is also concerned about the internship of graduate engineers, and even after one has acquired registration status as a professional engineer or even as a consulting engineer. The main role of Engineers Board of Kenya, as articulated in the Engineers Act 2011, is to register graduate engineers, professional engineers, and consulting engineers, engineering firms. The EBK is also expected to approve and accredit university engineering programs, and the Act also allows EBK to establish a school of engineering for providing facilities and opportunities for learning, professional exposure and skills acquisition, and course-continuing professional development programs for engineers to be held.
We have tried to keep our programs current with the industry by reviewing our curricula from time to time. Like currently now we are actually making up a new curriculum. We're in the process of doing that, and how we normally do that is that we first make a draft, which now after which we call the stakeholders. The stakeholders are the industry players who are normally the ones who would be employing our graduates. So we subject this to them, and they give us their views, and we incorporate that into the curriculum before it is eventually launched.
In future, more academia research is needed to expand existing information. This will make education not only about passing examinations, but also gathering the necessary skills required in the field. The future requires more development to solve socio-technological problems. Regional engineering centers should be developed to enhance effectiveness. These centers will enable the areas that affect the common man to be explored to the maximum. It is no doubt that engineering education has a fundamental role in contributing to the society's growth through initiatives that promote economic growth. There is need to better the systems and support these initiatives to ensure maximum impact is made. Only the engineers can drive the wheel of industrialization. Only the engineer has the technological know-how to do this. So how can this happen? Simply by improving and linking engineering education and industries. In our next episode, we look at the dynamic ICT environment in Kenya. Join us next week and find out how engineers are making sure that ICT systems are functioning, making us a digital country.
Build them a house that years can't touch. Build them a home that makes them feel safe and loved. Build them a house that lives up to your dreams. When you build a home, build it with Nguvu Cement from Bamburi. That is reliable and trusted to build durable structures. Because homes are built to last forever.
Stay safe as you visit Kenya's magnificent beaches. Holidays can be short, don't make life that short. Kenya Maritime Authority ensures your safety in the Kenyan waters. Are you playing your part? Wear your life jacket before going on board. Keep a close watch on children when swimming. Do not stand. Refuse to board a full boat. Stay away from the waters if you're drinking alcohol. Holidays are fun, but don't make it this the last time you enjoy. Kenya Maritime Authority ensures your safety in water. Our call and rescue center is open 24 hours. In case of emergencies, call.